Hi, my name is Anusha, and this is my December vlog. See, this is the one thing that I can commit to each year, and my December vlog is just me reminiscing, thinking about what I've achieved this year, especially when you're COVID safe. I find that you have to make new goals, you have to work outside the framework of normal, and I think what that means is you're not expecting to hit certain goals that other people are expected to hit. So I want to reflect on this year, things I've learned, and maybe even tell you a few petty things that have happened because I'm in that kind of mood, and what 2026 is looking like for me right now. But before I do that, I should really say subscribe because, I have 250 subscribers now. Ooh, we're getting to the serious leagues. But actually, even before I do any of that, one thing I've said to myself going into 2026 is that videos come out when videos come out. I have made so many YouTube schedules. And the thing is that being a vlogger is my job, not being a YouTuber. And I know that sounds the same, but they are kind of different. But what I mean by that is I am not someone who can commit to a schedule because I work a 9 to 5. I care for several people. I do my music stuff. I do my social media stuff. Like adding YouTuber to the list might kill me. So I am just going into this of there are vlogs on here when there are vlogs on here. There are music performances on here when there are music performances on here. That's my mindset. All right? I'm saying that for myself, not for you. But let's get started. Let's start off with January. Now, January, a bad month. And I hate to say that because it's my birthday month. But January just sucked because I lost someone in my family, my chosen family, who I never expected to lose. The idea was to, think that my uncle was going to survive and he didn't. That was hard because I have never lost someone in my family like that before. Like someone who I would call whenever I needed help or I needed a problem solving. He literally has been the first person I've called. That was an adjustment. And then obviously his daughter, my best friend, like realizing that, oh wow, grief is a thing. Like it was just a shock to the system. But when your system is a disabled one, it's not always a good thing. That takes us to February. February is when the symptoms decided to show its arse. Now looking back at my symptoms of February, I didn't realize how sick I was. Like I should have just taken a month off work. Don't know how that would have worked money wise, but whatever. But I just kind of trudged through. But there were so many things going on with my body that I didn't realize they were telling me to slow down. They were telling me, actually, Anusha, you are really poorly and you are not going through a good time right now. So February is when just things started to happen. I was going to say liquids, but that's a bit too much information. Losing control of your body like that is not fun. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And then we're just going to skip a few months. March, April, May. That's Scapegoats remix time. Scapegoats remix energy. This is petty story number one. Petty story number one is the person that produced the song stopped talking to me after New Year's of 2025. That was strange. That was peculiar. And it was odd because I didn't know if I did something, if they changed email address, are they okay? Are they alive? I had no idea. And that was the thing that scared me. For the first couple of months, I was just trying to figure out where is my producer. And I really felt like just doing a really silly post. Be like, hey, the person that produced this, do you want to help me finish it? No? Okay. And now the issue with that is I didn't have the stems. Now, if you don't know what stems are the individual audio files that are in like high quality so that you can manipulate them to make the song better. I didn't have those. I just had one blended track that needed polishing, but I didn't have the information to polish it. And thank you to the people who did try and help me. But what I then realised is this song just needs to be a little bit of a demo. It can just be something fun for the girl, something silly, and then I can publish it. But it felt a little bit unfair at the time because again, didn't know if I did something wrong. Did I say something? Did something happen? Could I help? Like, I didn't have any information. I was promised something that wasn't delivered on, and it meant that I had to do more work now, especially during a time when I was grieving and having more symptoms. So we get the Scapegoats music video, which I'm so proud of. I'm so happy I did, and I'm glad you guys got it. I think if you were on this YouTube channel at the time, you could tell that something was up. We marched through, and then I did what every person should do in their situations, is take a break. So we get to June, July, August time, and I'm like, you know what, I just need to spend time with my family. I just need to make sure my friends are okay. I need to make sure that my people them are okay. I said I'm going to take some time out, but in that time, I'm going to start ensuring the mixtape is done, because I've had these songs written for years. I just haven't had the money, time, energy to get these songs finished. So this was my moment, okay? So we're all getting there. We're getting into summertime. Work is starting to ramp up a little bit. And this is petty story number 2. Petty story number 2 is not necessarily a petty story as in singular. It's more into multiple, i.e., every friendship breakup decided to happen around this time for some reason. And I don't know what was in the water at the time, but nobody wanted to talk to each other. Nobody wanted to talk to each other. And it was like, okay. And again, emotionally, wasn't in a great place. And just so many people were talking to me sideways. I was like, what is going on? I don't know. Anyway, my friends got married. That was lovely. You can get married COVID cautiously. That was an awesome time. Actually stayed in a really nice hotel. Had some awful pizza, but stayed in a really nice hotel. So I would give that like a 4 out of 5 in overall experience. And then August. August was the month of up and downs. I swear to God. So August was around the time that Weights was almost done. Like, Weights was this close to being done. And I was like, ooh, wow, we're getting a song out of this. Like, had all the stems, everything's finished, working with Iona. I was like, yeah. Exciting stuff, right? And then I had to be in a situation where I had to get lawyers involved. And when I tell you that my mental health went through the ringer, my God, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Like, having to talk to lawyers and have to talk to people sideways, because I won't get into it because it, ain't anybody's business. Basically, having your family threatened, very scary feeling. It's a very scary feeling. And again, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, because the anxiety that I still wake up with, that thinking that someone's gonna come for me or my family or whatever, like, that's not a nice feeling. And this is why I do what I do in the way that I do it. My family really have been persecuted by the state, whether it be like softly or just viciously. Like, we really have had the state in our faces for years. I just have so much knowledge of being sort of part of the underclass and being someone who's had to constantly battle for my family, being the eldest daughter. All these emotions that happen around it, then your own emotions that you can't really almost contend with. Like, oh, it's a mess. So August was just an awful month. And then I remember, because like August 18th was my mum's birthday, I had to post off my PIP letters, which was, as you know, it's not a fun experience. Waddled to the post office, and I was in so much pain. Like, I literally said, like, I can't walk. And I don't know why I walked, but I think it was just adrenaline. And when I tell you that my neck, the joys of EDS, my neck, sort of, I could just hear a click. And I was like, well, where did that come from? And it just felt like my neck just came apart from my head. Horrible things. But come September, I'm going to readjust. Hold on. Take a moment to take a drink and readjust. So come September, and I did something that was, I'm going to call brave. I went to the doctor. And I said, ring, ring, phone. Hello, doctor. Help. And I got a shout out to this doctor, because I found the one doctor in England that fucking knows about EDS. If you actually want to know her name, I'll DM you it if you need it. When I tell you, this lady was actually teaching me stuff. And I'm not gonna say I'm like the most knowledgeable about EDS. I know about EDS to a fair, like more than the average person, but not enough to say that I could teach someone a class about it. She did what she needed to do, and I'm so happy. It has started the ball rolling of getting physio, seeing my rheumatologist, and just really just talking to people. Like, she really set the balls in motion. I'm so fucking grateful. There was an incident that happened in between the ends of August and the start of September, and I'm not going to rehash it because it blew up on TikTok and it wasn't fully anything to do with me. If you know, you know. And that's all I'm going to say. After all of that happened within August and September, I isolated mentally, physically, whatever. I'm not saying I completely stopped talking to people because, you know, I have my friends and I started leaning on them heavily. I said to myself, look, I can't deal with any of this right now. I can't deal with any of you lot right now. I just need to take a step away from all of this. And if you know, I run something called the Passion Project, and I was doing Passion Project Radio, still doing that, by the way. But I just had to take a step back because after the year I've had, I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I had to say to myself, Anusha, you preach about disability justice all the time. You are not going to get anything done if you are mentally and physically burnt out. So I started recreating a framework for myself that was, you get stuff done, but you do it in a way that allows you to have time for play, that allows you to have time for your friends, your family, yourself again. And I think I'm getting closer to that. Not fully there yet because, you know, we're still unlearning. But I think we're getting closer. And I'm really happy about that. The best thing happened in November, which is the mixtape is on its way. I have fully planned who I want, what I want on these tracks. And I think we're getting closer to an end goal, an end date. And that is just beyond the point of exciting. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of everybody involved. We're now in December, and my neighbour's got a husky, which, oh, sleeping has been so much fun. I have thought about what I want to do for 2026. I always do this at the end of every year. I kind of have not New Year's resolutions, but I like to think of things that will help improve my life, I suppose. One of those things is to really set stronger boundaries for myself because what I have found, and I say this lovingly, I don't think other people know how to set boundaries for themselves because I entrusted other people to set those boundaries. I said, look, we know how this works. You know what I'm about. I know what you're about. Let's set boundaries and let's do it together as a collaborative effort. I think not everybody has the ability to do that, whether it's intentional or not. As the good friend that I am, half joking, is I'm gonna have to start setting boundaries and just maybe not even boundaries, not the right word, just space, and say, you know what, I see that you're not with it right now. That's okay. I'm going to put you over there and I'll be back. I'll be back. Like, I think I need to start recognizing when other people aren't fully, you know, if they don't have the capacity to maybe be a friend or to show up in the way they can. Because I just don't think expecting people to show up is just always the right move when they don't have the capacity to do so. I wish people would communicate their boundaries more with me because I'm not a mind reader. I need to do what is best for them, but I also need to do what is best for me. And that is something I've really, really learned is I need to do what is best for Anusha at times. And if that means, you know what, Sunday, nobody talk to me. Like, that's one of the things I've implemented. Sunday, unless you're my mother or you're my family, I don't talk to you. Because Sundays is just a me day. If I do talk to you on a Sunday, then it means I am your friend and I love you. 2026 musically, what's that gonna look like? Ooh, 2026 musically is gonna be camp. It's gonna be performances. It's gonna be execution. Because I have been planning this for years. This has been going on since 2023. This is 3 years in the making. I'm locking in And we're about to do some things, right? We've got puppetry. We have tits. There will always be tits. We have horror. We have a project. And it wouldn't be thanks to you lot for supporting me that this wouldn't be able to get done. And I'm so happy. If you want to know more about the project in depth, then obviously subscribe to my newsletter because I do project updates in that. But to cut a long story short, we are like £166 away from hitting the goal. Literally, all we need to pay for now is a pizza and a trumpet. That's all I need right now. £166, a pizza and a trumpet. All I need, and we'll see what we get. That's all I've got, really. I feel good. I will also, all I can say, I feel a little bit tired, a little bit burnt out. I have a lot of editing to do over December. I have a lot of things to prepare over December. But overall, I feel good. I feel happy. I feel, dare I say it, blessed, you know? Like, and I just want to thank you all for being here. Like I said, 250 subscribers. That's no small chickens. That ain't no small feat. So thank you for being here. If you want to hear some demos or whatever, I'll be happy to send them to you. I am not precious over my music like that. If you have any suggestions, because like someone suggested I should reorganize my channel because I didn't really understand the weights updates, and I did, and I think people get it. I am really open to suggestions. What do you want to see from me in 2026? Like, what do you think? What do you actually know? Let me change that question. What do you want to see from me in 2026? But if you're here and you're COVID conscious, right? What is your ideal at home activity? Like, how do you see at home virtual performances happening? Do you see a puppet show? Do you see a pantomime? Do you see a cabaret? Do you see a film night? Do you see an information night? What do you want to see? Because here's the thing, Anusha is also an organizer, and I might be able to make that happen. Because I do want to cater to more people. I do want to think about people who ain't in Britain. Because no shade to you lot, but like, there's only so much you can do, you know? So I want to think about people in other countries and how I can help them out. And yeah, what do you want to see in the future? And yeah. And if you do celebrate, happy holidays to you lot, happy festive season. I hope you get time to wind down ish. But just remember that for some reason, for this godforsaken calendar, things start on the 2nd. So don't relax too much because if you're like me and you work a 9 to 5, it's Thunderbirds I'll go. Even if you don't celebrate anything over this December period, I know that for some people the New Year just went. Happy New Year to you lot. If you do celebrate the New Year, and Happy New Year. But if you don't and you don't celebrate anything in December, just know that things are fucking dire right now. Things are fucking dire right now. Every day is a new life changing event. But you would be surprised how much change you can bring to this world. I'm not saying that go see Hamilton. That helps support the immigrants. Like, I'm not saying we should be neoliberal. But what I am saying is that you would be surprised how much a small group of people can bring change to the immediate community. It doesn't always need a mass movement, it doesn't always need a worldwide shift, because those are scary. Small changes can make the world go round. I promise you. I promise you. If you don't believe me, just look at me as an example.